Good morning, y'all. Blessings and favor and love to each and every one of you. This is your girl, Apostle Designate Veronica Stanford, and this is a first episode of Let's Talk with God. It is a blessing to be back on this 14th day of a new month and a new year. I love y'all and I've missed y'all. I'm not going to stay up here long, but I wanted to come up here real quick to give you what God has given me. So the title of this, He Can't Do It Unless You Allow Him to. And some may take it that I'm talking about God, but I'm not. I'm talking about Satan. Satan can't do anything to you that you don't allow him to do. So some of you may say, well, how is that possible? Well, I'm about to tell you. Okay, in Job, first chapter, verses, I think 6 through 12, it talks about Satan going to heaven, and he's amongst the sons of God, and God asked him, where you come from, what you doing? So basically he said, I've been, roaming the earth to and fro and going around, basically doing what he do, being messy, causing confusion, destruction, stealing, killing, and destroying. So God said, well, have you considered my servant Job? And basically he was like, yeah, but, because you do all of this for him, he ain't going to curse you. He ain't going to do this or whatever the case may be. So he told him, you could take this, but don't put your hands on it. So everyone pretty much know the story. In the process of it all, Job never cursed God. He never, none of that stuff. He stayed true and he stayed faithful. Now, if you go over to, I think, Proverbs 23:7, it says, so as a man thinketh, so he is. So basically, it's saying your thoughts form your actions and your reality. So, Apostle, what is it that you're saying? I'm glad you asked me. The devil can't do anything that you don't allow him to do. And it starts with your mind. You want me to tell you why? Because if he could, he would have already done it. If he could destroy you, he would have already done it. If he could do anything to you, he would have already done it. If he wanted to take your house, mess with your finances, mess with your marriage, whatever it is. But do you know how he is successful? Because of how we think, what we think, how we think. That's how the enemy gets done what he needs to get done. Because the first sign you get a letter in the mail and it says something about your house or your car or whatever. Oh Lord, oh my God, they're going to come take my car. They're going to repossess my car. Oh, they're going to evict us. You've already spoken that into existence. You already got it in your mind what's going to happen. So therefore, you done open up the portal to give the enemy the authority and the power to do what he needs to do. Without your permission, without your consent, without your thoughts, the enemy can't do anything to you. If he could have, we wouldn't even be here. He would have to steal, kill, and destroy. I think that's John 10:10. He would have already done it. He would have already been successful. Soon as something happened in your marriage, oh my God, my marriage is falling apart. Oh, we're going to separate. We're going to get a divorce. You've already spoken that because it's in your mind. Let me tell you something. Stop allowing the enemy to play with your mind. Stop allowing the enemy to sit and have reign over your mind. A lot of us will sit and we'll think about what worked, what didn't work, who left, who stayed. Listen, none of that stuff, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who left, who stayed. You just thank God that whatever his plan was or whatever his plan is for your life, that is coming to pass. Stop giving the enemy so much leeway in your life and in your mind. I love that book by Joyce Meyer, battlefield of the mind, because that's where it all starts. Any and everything that we go through, it starts in the mind. When you read, and it talks about Satan when he was in heaven, beautiful angel, any instrument that we could think of, he opened his mouth and it came out of it. But then the very thought of him trying to overthrow God, because he wanted the worship and he wanted the praise for himself, it never said he did it. It said he thought it. So a thought got Satan, one of the most beautiful angels, kicked out of heaven. Do you hear that? A thought got Satan kicked out of heaven. So if a thought, not even the action, but the thought of wanting to be above God, the thought of he wanted all the worship and the praise to go to him, the thought, just the thought, got him kicked out of heaven. What do you think your thoughts will do? What do you think your thoughts can make happen? What they're capable of? So just know this: Satan can't do no more to you than what you allow him to do. He can't just walk in and steal your joy. He just can't walk in and steal your happiness. He can't walk in and steal your children. He can't walk in and steal your marriage. He can't walk in and just take whatever he wants to. There has to be an allowance for that. There has to be an allowance. And the allowance is your thoughts, your thought pattern. Are you going to allow him to come in and take possession of those things? Are you going to allow him to come in and dominate over your family, over your children, over your marriage, over your household, over your finances? It's what's in here. It's what's in here. Because think about it. The first time Job would have thought something negative, or he would have cursed God, or anything, Satan would have had victory over him. Satan would have had all the victory. So it's what's in your thoughts. It's what's in your thoughts. That's how the enemy comes in and he gets victory over us. Thoughts. Our thoughts. But like I told y'all, my new motto, I am assassinating the plans of the enemy. I am assassinating the plans of the enemy. And that's just the bottom line. I'm not going to let my thoughts control my emotions. I'm not going to allow my thoughts to control me. I'm not going to allow my thoughts to ruin my destiny and whatnot. I'm not going to do that. No, you got to be smarter than that. Don't allow the enemy to come in and trick you and have you thinking all sorts of things. The devil is a liar. He is a whole liar. And that right there is what we're talking to God about today. You tell God thank you, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like. You tell God thank you. No matter what's going on, you tell God thank you. Even in the midst of stuff, you tell God thank you. You hold on to your faith. You stand firm on your faith. Stand firm on the promises of God. Stand firm on what he has told you. Bring to the remembrance of God what the things that he said. Stop allowing the enemy to trick you. God don't hear you. God ain't hearing your prayers. You think after last night you was laying with so-and-so, God gonna hear you. You think after you drunk that or you smoked that, God is gonna hear. Stop believing them lies. Those are lies. God hears us. He hears us. He does. Now, whether he answer and bring it to fruition depends on us. Are we going to stay in the right posture? Are we going to stay in the right position? Are we going to stay obedient? That's when God will hear and he will answer. But stop allowing the enemy to make you think that God don't hear you. Stop allowing the the enemy to make you think that you're not important to God, that you don't matter to God. That's a lie. And I'm a witness. I don't care what you've done in your past. I don't care what people have labeled you as. I don't care about none of that stuff. You are what God says you are. Period. Period. All of that other stuff, no. Well, can you, Apostle, can you really say that? Yeah, I can say that with all assurity. If you read about Rahab was a prostitute, but because she was obedient to God and she helped his people, the next time you hear about Rahab, it says that she was Boaz's mama. Ain't said nothing else about her being a prostitute. Stop allowing your past and what you did then and all that other stuff to determine, you know, well, if God gonna bless me, or, you know, this. Yes, and yes. Yes, he is gonna bless you. Yes, he sees you. Yes, he hears you. Stop allowing the enemy to trick you. He can't do anything to you unless you allow him to do it. So get up today, get dressed, wash your face, wash your tail, throw on some clothes. I don't care if it's jogging pants and a t-shirt. Get up out of that bed, get out of that woe is me, get out of that, all of that stuff, and get up and get out and enjoy a little bit of the sun. I know it's cold. It's cold, y'all. It's cold. But get out and get some of this sun, this vitamin D and all this other stuff, and get your energy pumping and get your praise on and tell God thank you. Tell God he's worthy. Tell God that you appreciate him. Tell him how blessed you are. See, you got to know how to talk to the devil. You got to know how to talk to him. Yeah, let him know he ain't getting nothing else of yours. You paid a price for this. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, I'm out and about. Got to get some stuff for my clients. Y'all better know I love y'all because I'm hurting. But listen, I love y'all. I pray that this video helps somebody. The enemy can't do no more to you than what you allow him to do. And it all starts with your thinking. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.